Now, sometimes our equations get a little more complicated, and we want to use algebra skills to solve our equations. Now, what does that mean? Well, when we're solving with algebra, and your book shows you this, we want to think again about this equation, about this equal sign here, like it's a balance. And it's showing us that 5x's plus 1 is the same as 2x's plus 7. And we want to keep that balance balanced. And so we can visualize that as an actual pan balance. To keep things balanced, whatever we do to one side of the equal sign, we want to do to the other side of the equal sign. Okay? So we don't want to change the balance. If we add something to one side of the equal sign, we want to add it to the other side. If we take away something from one side, we want to take it away from the other side. So let's look at it in terms of balance, the pan balance, and then we'll look at it in terms of equations. Okay, so our goal here is to find out what x is equal to. We don't know. So we want to get all of the x's on one side of the balance and numbers by themselves, some number by itself on the other side of the balance. So in other words, these two x's here, we have to get rid of them. How do we get rid of things? We subtract. So we're going to take these two x's away from that side of the balance. So we're going to subtract 2 x's from that side of the balance. Remember I said if we take 2 x's away from one side of the balance, we have to take 2 x's away from the other side of the balance. So we'll have left over 3 x's, and then 1 little box. And on this side, we still have 7, if I can draw them, little boxes. We don't have any x's anymore because we took them away. So our balance is still balanced because we took the same number away from each side of the balance. So now, remembering that we need to have x's on one side of the balance and all the numbers on the other side, we need to get rid of this little box. Again, getting rid of something is the same as subtracting. So we're going to subtract 1, take away 1 from this side of the balance. If we take away 1 from that side of the balance, we're going to take away 1 from the other side of the balance as well. So let's see what we have left. We still have our 3 x's. Now we've gotten rid of our 1 box, and on the other side of the balance, we have left 6 boxes. Oops, I'm not doing a very good job of this. Sorry, guys. Let me try again. Six boxes. Great. Now, we've taken away and gotten things so that we have x's on one side and boxes on the other, or numbers on the other side. Now what we need to do is get it down to 1x. So we just want to have 1x on this side. So to do that, we need to divide this side by 3. If we divide it by 3, 3x's divided by 3, we'll get 1x. So we're going to divide this set of 6 boxes by 3. So we will end up with 2 boxes on this side. Okay, so now we have our x equals 2. Let's see if we can do that with just the equations on the other side. Okay, so again, we're going to think about it in the same way. With the equations, now we have 5x plus 1 and 2x plus 7. We want to get rid of those 2 x's on that side of the equation. To do that, we subtract 2 x's from both sides of the equation. So we're left with 3 x's plus 1 equals 7. Now, just like in our pan balance, we want to get rid of the numbers on the left side and move them to the right side of the equation. Again, we're going to subtract the number from the left side, and we're going to subtract again from the right side to keep that pan balanced. So we end up with 3x equals 6. Looks very similar to our pan balance, right? So now we have 3 x's and 6 on the other side. We want to get down to 1x. So to get rid of that 3, we are going to divide because it's multiplied. We're going to divide, and then we're going to divide by 3 on the other side. So we end up with our x equals 2. We can check our work at the end if we want and go back and see if our equation is actually true. So we can substitute an x in for a 2 in for our x in our equation. So 5 times 2 plus 1, is that actually equal to 2 times 2 plus 7? 5 times 2 is 10 plus 1. Is that equal to 2 times 2 is 4 plus 7? 10 plus 1 is 11, and 4 plus 7 is indeed 11, and our equation checks out. So on both sides, you either using algebra or using the balance, we got the same answer.